this is, we're talking about emulators and hardware. The next thing we want to think about in terms of our lab is the host systems that we have available. I'm running a Windows system. It's good enough. I actually have some OS X systems. Certain things only run on OS X, like Xcode as an example. Okay. I can't virtualize OS X easily. Like some of you are like, well, I know a way to do it. Fine. But in general, Apple's license says you can only run Apple's operating system on Apple hardware. Okay. So if I was at an organization and they said you're only allowed one laptop, I would pick an OS X laptop, because then I can have OS X as the host, Linux virtualized, and Windows virtualized. And basically, you kind of need all three. Like there's certain things that are just so much easier in Linux. Right? And there's stuff that you'll see when I'm about to do it, and I'm going to be like, whoop, switch to a Linux virtual machine. Okay? I also use Windows virtual machines on top of Windows. Why? Because like when I download exploit code to jailbreak my iPhone, I don't want to run that on my host Windows system. I remember years ago, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was like the Taiji jailbreak. When it came out, it was only in Chinese. I couldn't read any of it. And I had a student in class, like it was the one class day, this thing dropped. And I had this student in class. I was like, do you read, I said, basically, does anyone read Chinese in here? And one person was like, I kind of a little bit. And we just sat there, and I was like, what does that say? She's like, lock the phone? I was like, lock the phone. Okay, now what do I do? You know what I mean? And like, that's how we went through and jailbroke the phone. Like, I'm not going to install that on my host, like the workstation that I use for all of my stuff. Like, that's not getting installed. I have no idea what is. I can't even read the instructions on it, right? That goes in the virtual machine, right? And this is my approach to a lot of stuff. Is I have virtual machine instances that allow me to do specific things.